This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Tuesday, March 10th. What a profitable and very nice rally we saw on Wall Street today. We've been looking for this huge move over the last few days. We've been patient as we've been waiting for this breakout bear market rally to show itself and been slowly accumulating on our favorite plays. And today it paid off nicely with some very nice winners for us. Here we're looking at the Dow 15-minute chart. We closed above the downtrend line of this very long and steep bullish falling wedge. That's about 1,800 points in size. We're about to get a positive, or not a positive, we're about to get a golden cross tomorrow. That's when the 50-day moving average crosses up through the 200-day moving average in the 15-minute time frame. We've traded this very successfully over the last few months, and it's given us at least 200 to 300 points upside once we see the cross. Now keep in mind, there has been times where right before the cross happens, we see a pullback of 100 to 150 points. That would not be a surprise given the size of the rally we saw today. But then again, we are deeply oversold. We're down 20% over the last month. And, in after hours, we got the financials still continuing to move higher. We flip over to the daily chart. As you can see, we popped up nicely off our oversold levels on RSI. Chart looks really, really good. We should at least, at a minimum, see a test of the 20-day exponential. That's at 71.69. Also, as I mentioned before, the last two steep sell-offs that we saw in the Dow, we saw at least a 14 to 1,500 point move from the bottom over the week after the bottom was made. We had it back in December and then previously in November. So if we go off our 46 or 40 or 6,500 bottom we have there, we're looking for possibly a test of the 50-day moving average. That's up in the 7,900 area. But again, like I mentioned a week ago, we're looking for 74 to 7,500 on this rally. RSI looks good. We're going to get a positive MACD cross tomorrow, and stochastics about to cross up from oversold levels under 20. So we are in fantastic shape right now. SMH continues to be a star for us, just a scalping ATM machine for us over the last few days. We've gotten a couple of 50 to 75 cent scalps over this off the last 3 days. We added again yesterday at 16.10 and under, and today we saw 17.24 intraday, for another nice dollar gain on this scalp. Ascending triangle formation, we should be moving into the third triangle, which is the breakout triangle. So I sent out an alert that we booked at least partial gains on the scalp ad yesterday. Our core position, we're looking for at least $18.50 to $19 on that position. We got a positive MACD cross on the SMH today. Stochastics are going into a nice little uptrend from oversold, and again, this remains my favorite sector right now other than oversold financials. Financials, big moves today. They powered the market higher. What really set them off, Bernie Frank, Democrat, came out today and said that they're going to look into making the SEC next month bring back the uptick rule, and also they're looking at modifying the mark-to-market rules. That is the big component of that. I mentioned in the video on Sunday that they were going to talk about this week on Thursday, and that we would probably see momentum on that. And today, just him coming out on TV and saying that gave us all we needed. Also, it didn't hurt that Citigroup came out and said that they actually made money the first couple of months this year. Bank of America said the same thing. Really not a surprise, seeing as they're gouging, Joe average consumer with 25% interest rates and getting interest-free money from the government. But irregardless, it got the market going today, and that's all that we care about right now. GNW, nice pop on this. Any talk of mark-to-market rule or changes will benefit the insurance companies big time. We're looking for at least a test of the 20-day exponential on GNW. That is at $1.44 right now. Chart looks really nice. We've got a double bottom in place, and when this stock takes off, it really likes to take off. UYG, ProShares Financial. This was our financial ETF that we've been playing. In the video on Sunday, I mentioned how Whenever we got to an RSI of 30 or below, we've seen 66, 90%, 50% rallies over the coming week. So we should at least see a test of the 20-day exponential here as well. That is at 225. We booked some fat gains on our scalp that we added a couple of days ago at a buck 47-ish. We got 40 cents out of that, 30% on a couple of days on that scalp, and we continue to hold our core position on this one. Again, this one nicely oversold, and as the banks continue to rally, this one will move back up into the twos. ETFC, finally a nice bit of bounce back here. Breakout would be a move over 80 cents, and if this rally does have some legs and continues for a few days, there is no reason at all we can't see at least a challenge of the 90 to a dollar range on this one again. Citigroup, mentioned this in the video on Sunday. I mentioned how it was looking bottomed out and ready for a bounce back, and that we should look for at least, $1.50 if you had a strong stomach. Well, lo and behold, after hours, it's $1.48. 50% gain in a couple of days. How can you argue with that? I mean, strong stomachs, even if you just played small, you're looking at a 50% gain here. I actually think this one could continue much higher tomorrow. We could possibly see $1.60 plus on this one tomorrow. Deeply oversold, and the news today that Citigroup said they actually made money in January and February should continue to juice the financials near term. Other bank play, HBAN. We played this one on the last rally 2 weeks ago. We got in $1.60, ran up to $2 for us, hit the 20-day exponential. Mentioned it in the chat room today. Double bottom in place here. 20-day exponentials at a buck 60. We should see this at least test this area tomorrow or in the next day. Again, these are the kind of plays that will really start to take off should this rally, which I believe it will, continue higher. We've got a nice little trading range on the bottom on stochastics, which is more, of a confirmation that we should see a nice pop on this one near term. Biotechs, we had GNBT just explode 400% higher today, which should bring traders back into the penny biotech stocks, especially the cash-rich ones. NRGN remains our favorite, would be a buyer, 15 cents and under, 20 cents plus target. LJPC, La Jolla Pharmaceuticals, market cap $2 million. Per my calculations, these guys have $15 to $18 million in cash, 20 to 30 cents per share in cash. Company shut down, drug is stopped, and it has a chart that we see typically in stocks that go chapter 11, and usually when we see this, we go boom. So we're looking for 10 to 15 cents on this one near term. All the indicators deeply oversold. This one actually popped up on the naked short list yesterday. So crazy as it sounds, we actually have naked shorts shorting a cash-rich biotech stock under 10 cents. They must be insane. And, they're going to be feeling some pain here in the next few days, in my opinion. Last but not least, BCON. I sent out an alert with a link today. I think it's huge news for this one. Department of Energy gave them environmental approval for their New York facility. That was the last piece for them getting approval for a government guaranteed loan, which would be huge news for these guys. Again, this is probably one of our few medium to long-term plays. I think this is going to be a massive play this year. It's a play on the electrical grid. Two of the largest electric companies have signed deals with them in the last few weeks. Chart looks very ready for a move. Should see a nice little pop on this one over the next couple of days. Medium-term target remains 70 cents on this one. Anything 40 cents and under would be considered an accumulation point for this stock. RSI over 50 today. We had a positive MACD cross. We had a positive ADX cross. We've got stochastics coming out of the basement. Just looks very, very nice here. And, of course, a huge volume spike on it. I also got to mention CYCC. This is another favorite cash-rich biotech stock of mine. These guys have $1.60, actually $1.70 in cash, trading at 30 cents. Biotech, all it takes is one PR to light these stocks up. No reason why this can't make a move back up to 50 cents like it did before. We had a positive MACD cross today. Last positive MACD cross we saw was right before it doubled and, chart indicators look very, very good on it. So biotech mania may be back. Biotechs cyclically do very, very well in the March through May timeframe. So, I love the biotechs, especially the catch risk ones. And as for the market, looks really, really good. It should be a very nice move over the next few days. Any dips we'll be looking to add to our plays. So we should be seeing a lot of trading alerts over the next couple of days. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.